Welcome, everyone, to the Wednesday Night Warriors episode number 28. This is the show where we go over AEW Dynamite, WWE, NXT. We tell you about both shows. We let you know what was better, and then we want to hear from you what you thought was better. It's one big debate about Wednesday night, the Wednesday Night Warriors, the Wednesday Night War. That's how we get the name Wednesday Night Warriors. You see what's going on here. We are going to talk about December 9th, 2020. I am Romeo Anthony Colon, as always, joined by my co-host Chris G and his co-host
Mary Jane.
And joining us for this episode, a special guest, a good pal of mine, a good friend. He is Josh Morera. You might see him on Instagram. You might see him on Facebook. He's a hell of an artist. Josh, how you doing?
Doing all right.
Thank you for joining us. Before we get into this week's events, friendly reminder, please thumbs up this video. Subscribe if you're new here. Check out all the great content right here on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel. We are nearing 1,000, and when we get to 1,000, we'll give shit away. Check out our 1,000 subscribers giveaway video. Leave a comment. Let us know what you thought. Be a part of the discussion. And share this video if you enjoy it. Let's start with NXT. Coming off their War Games. Finn Balor was in the ring right away. He's back. He's ready to take on all challengers. Pete Dunne answers. He's interrupted by Kyle O'Reilly, who reminds him of the broken jaw he gave him. Damian Priest next. The revolving door promo where everyone gets a chance to say something. They all argue as Finn Balor sneaks out. Finn says he'll defend the NXT Championship at New Year's Evil and let William Regal figure it out. New Year's Evil, the big themed show for NXT on January 6th, I believe. Scarlett and her fine ass, out of nowhere, meets Finn Balor at the ramp. What a fantastic outfit. What an outfit. Finn, he gets straight to the point. He says, when he's ready, I'm ready. Finn leaves, and then Priest taunts Scarlett from the ring, setting up a match with Karrion Kross, I'm sure. Scarlett laughs. This was desperately needed for NXT just to get the world title picture going again.
I thought the segment was okay. I thought it was like, I don't know. I thought it was like overdoing it with like everyone just coming out little by little. Besides that, I mean, I like the way they kind of introduced Karrion Kross back in the beginning. I thought that should have been needed more than anything, for me at least.
Yeah, I mean, the segment, I didn't really get Pete Dunne coming out after he just lost War Games. I didn't get Punishment. Whoa. Damian Priest coming out. He just fucking lost.
The audacity.
Kyle O'Reilly, I get. You know, he did break Finn's jaw. Cool. But we all wanted to see Scarlett. And we just want to see Karrion Kross. That's it. That's all we needed. Scarlett made this segment 100 times better. That's it.
Yeah, and Priest he's still awful on the mic. Like,
Yeah, he's hit or miss. Mostly miss.
He was a miss. He was a miss tonight.
Looking like Gary Sanchez out there.
Yeah.
Gary Sanchez Winter Ball version? Or regular season version?
No, regular season version. For sure.
Over on AEW, the Hybrid 2 versus the Young Bucks tag team action to start it off. The Young Bucks win with the BT trigger. I'm going to let you guys talk about this first. Josh, I'll start with you.
I thought it was a great back and forth match. I thought, they usually always start off with a hot match right in the beginning. This was no different. It was a fun back and forth, so I thought it was a good match.
Chris.
Yeah, I agree with Josh. I like the back and forth, good action. TH2 finally showed out because I think they're capable of a lot, but we haven't seen it yet on Dynamite. A lot of flips and kicks. The tease with the Acclaim, and then SCU making the save. I mean, at least just integrating new guys in the tag division and old dudes from the tag division mixed in with the current guys on top of the tag division is kind of cool.
All right, now that we got all that out the way. This was 120 miles per hour, fast-paced garbage. This match was, for all the teenagers out there, the 18-year-olds, I bet they love it. Oh, they love it. It's so fast. Look at all the moves they're doing. I think there were 4 to 5, 450 splashes. Slow the fuck down. Jesus Christ. Let the moves breathe before you go to the next one. One of the worst matches I've seen all year. This match gave me a headache. I hated this match. Oh.
Okay, Cornette. Okay.
Puerto Rican Cornette.
Put the racket down, pal. Put it down.
The Bucks out. That is usually this time. So, I mean, when it comes to that, I wasn't really surprised. I mean, they weren't gonna win anyway, so.
But especially with TH2, that's more their style and their pace. So.
Yeah, they've always been that way. And even individually, even when they wrestle individually, they've always been that way. So.
Well, I hated it, and that's just me. I don't expect everyone to have that opinion. I understand. NXT Swerve Scott, welcome back, versus Jake Atlas. I gotta say, I like the style of this match. It had a little bit of everything. Most importantly, it had selling. Oh, remember that? Jake Atlas wins with some kind of pinning maneuver. Another good win for him. Swerve did not look happy afterwards and passes on a handshake. Swerve Scott showing some heel tendencies here, or is he just, I don't know, developing an attitude here?
Probably just an attitude. It looked kind of awkward when he was leaving the ring because he had like that shock face, and then he got like really angry instantly when he was on the ramp. It was like, what just happened? I thought he was gonna run back to the ring.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. I thought he was gonna run back to the ring. Talk about fast pace. This shit wasn't 120 miles per hour, but it was 75, 80. They were above the speed limit. They had a nice little fast pace action.
It was about 60.
Yeah. All right, 60 is good too. Nice counters and athleticism.
Yeah, I mean, like, it did its job just because, Atlas has been on a roll. So, I mean, that's all it really is. It's just going to continue. So,
yeah. I like the tension with Swerve, though, to give him a little edge. Maybe he needs that. He's probably still salty about losing to Santos, but hopefully we'll see in the next few weeks.
I think there's somebody that needs to turn right now. It's probably Swerve. I think he'll be a good heel.
Tony Schiavone is with Cody Rhodes. And then Sting comes out. Sting's entrance is still awesome. A week later. Arn Anderson's there. He just wants to get a closer look, make sure it's real. Sting and Tony, they have some words they mark out together. Fucking nerds. Sting, makes mention about how, some things, look the same, even though the more things change. And there's something really, really familiar about Darby Allin up there in the rafters watching on. That got a well, hi bendito. That got one of those from me. The way Sting chooses to play around here is his choice. That's what he tells Cody. And he grabs him by the neck, brings him in close, and says, "See you around, kid." Cody got sunned. He looked like a fanboy that got rejected and an autograph outside of Sasha Banks' hotel or something. It really looked like that. I don't want to see Sting wrestle. Sure looks like they're building to it. I wasn't a Sting guy. I wasn't a WCW guy. I wasn't a TNA guy. I wasn't a TNT guy. So I may be in the minority there. But I know one guy that does want to see Sting wrestle. And that's Chris G right here. I'm sure he loved it.
Oh, man. Ay, bendito. Oh, my God. That wasn't like that. It was more of like a, oh, shit. If in the right circumstances, I wouldn't mind seeing him honestly wrestle another match. Anything cinematic or shit, even a tag match where he could just get a hot tag and do a few moves and not kill himself.
You know what's right circumstances for me? No bumps.
I mean, yeah. But it's going to be tough. Unless you just on a hot tag and just dominate and catch the dub. Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
But I did like the Cody and Sting tension going on. What'd you think, Josh?
Yeah, I think it's a nice little build up. Like if he turns heel, I think it's a little nice way to do it. As for seeing Sting in the ring, I guess, I mean for me it's mixed. I'm mixed about it. It just depends on who he's matched up with. I think somebody like Cody would be a good matchup because their styles are very similar. So it's not like, he's not going to get like a gruesome match out of him. It's going to be very old school, technical, kind of thing. I think that could work out. But I mean, I think it's a good thing that he's with AEW, to be honest with you.
Grizzled young veterans versus Everrise versus Imperium. Everrise is hiding on the outside. Fucking pussies. Grizzled young veterans, though, they look good, impressive, unique offense. And they hit the ticket to mayhem, which is beautiful, beautiful finisher, and they win.
To me, it was probably their best match of the night. I think if you just had the young veterans and Imperium, I think it just probably would have been better, at least to me.
Yes, they had it last week, and then these fuckers, Everrise, interfered and fucked it up.
Oh, that's why.
Well, actually, it was a match. It was Everrise's match first. The Imperium beat their ass, and then they came back. So I guess they had it right. I guess. Whatever. Fuck them, though. I hate them.
It was a good fight. It was physical. Good tag team moves by two really good tag teams in the match. And, I mean, shit. It's just two really good tag teams. That's all you can say in this match. Fuck Jabroni Rise. Sorry, I had to get it out of my system. But they did their part. They looked decent in the little time that they did have.
It's very generous of you. Over on AEW, FTR versus the Varsity Blondes, and thank God for FTR. We might get an actual tag team match here. And we do. We got an actual tag team match on AEW. A nice Hollywood blonde mention. Brian Pillman, Steve Austin. I completely forgot. I blanked. Like, oh, that's Varsity Blondes, Hollywood Blondes. Oh, it makes all the sense in the world. I like JR's quote here. He says, Brian Sr. was an amazing athlete, but he was crazy. Yes, he was. The Goodnight Express wins it for FTR. I thought the Varsity Blondes were impressive. I thought Griff Garrison had a nice hot tag. And then afterwards, FTR punks Jurassic Express on the outside.
It was a better match than I expected. I actually thought that these guys were going to get squashed. I'm actually kind of glad they went that route on Dynamite because in Dark they probably would have got squashed. So yeah, it was a good match.
Well, I think on Dark, the Varsity Blondes been getting a few wins lately, so that got them the little match on Dynamite, and I was interested to see how they were as a tag team, and they were a little impressive, like considering they only been together maybe two or 3 months max, you know what I mean? So shit, man, I like Pillman Jr. He got the look, he got the swag, you know. He needs a little bit more seasoning, a little bit more adobo, sazon, and ready to go.
No sazon talk here, please. Tommaso Ciampa beat Cameron Grimes in an okay match. Timothy Thatcher with the payback, you know, sitting at ringside to watch Ciampa's match. One of Thatcher's students runs in with a distraction that Grimes almost takes advantage of, but had to be quicker than that. Nasty Whittle's Bell by Ciampa for the win. Nasty. Ciampa walks past Thatcher. Thatcher says he had nothing to do with the run-in. Grimes takes his frustration out on Thatcher. Thatcher, not having that, grabs his leg, twists his foot. Looked gruesome, but he really just twisted his kickback. Poor Cameron Grimes. The Thatcher-Ciampa feud continues.
The match was okay. I've tried to like Thatcher. There's just something about him I don't like. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because he's an ugly guy. I don't know.
Oh. Chris, help him out. Maybe you know what's wrong with Thatcher.
Yeah, he's fucking ugly. Nah, I don't know. I actually like Thatcher. I like him. I like his matches. But this match, I thought was too fucking slow. I just thought these guys were gonna do something a lot. I just feel like, I don't know. Maybe I have high expectations, but emphasis on the high. But this match just didn't do it for me, Chief. I don't know what it was.
It just felt like a filler for me. It was just like, okay, they just
thrown together. It's just like, I don't know, man. It didn't feel right.
So they just threw that match in.
Tony Schiavone is with Brandy Rhodes and Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq says he has no problems with Cody. He was just, just playing around. He's just kidding. He's just joking on Twitter, having some fun. This is about Jade Cargill and Brandy Rhodes. Shaq disrespects Brandy, telling her to maybe she should watch some Jade while she's out, maybe learn something. And Brandy says she's sick of this shit. I'm not gonna take it from this overgrown asshole. Throws water in Shaq's face. I think Brandy and Cody are supposed to be the baby faces, but Brandy was kind of a bitch here. Or was that warranted? Shaq is just joking around. He's a big, jolly old giant. That's all. Jeez, take a joke, Brandy. What do you think? Josh?
I mean, I thought Brandy was great. I'll give her a pass for that.
I think they were both good, man. Shaq, my motherfucking Shaq daddy, man. He's in AEW segments, man. I like it. Taking the water to the face. His face was hilarious. We need to get a screenshot of his face when he gets hit with the water.
Oh, I got it. Here it is.
Yeah.
Xia Li is destroying her arms and hands, bleeding against wooden poles. It's just torture, punishment for losing so much on NXT. Boa's getting caned. The old man is like, hit him harder. Not in English, but blood and guts. They're both bleeding. Creepy old lady watches. She's got face paint now. I love it. I love torture. I love torture on my wrestling shows. Josh?
I mean, I didn't know what to say to that, to be honest.
If you're just a casual viewer like John last week and then Josh this week, and then you see torture coming out of nowhere.
It was just, I thought at the end, I thought that was like the grudge at the end, like the little from that movie. I mean, I don't know what the hell what angle they're trying to go with that. It really did nothing for me, but okay.
Chris, tell him about the triad.
It's the fucking triad, bro. They're training them. They're gonna come back as killers, man. This shit is I'm for it. This shit had me like I was the same way. What the fuck did I just watch? This is refreshing. This is refreshing for NXT, to be honest.
What is this? What they coming back for Rush Hour 4 or something? Like, I don't know. Like,
I hope so. Maybe that's Su Yung. She's coming back as Su Young's on Impact.
Yeah.
she survived Rush Hour and then ended up on Impact as an undead bride.
Thankfully, they didn't put this segment on against Sting again, like last week. Inner Circle, Ultimatum. Santana's not there, but the rest of Inner Circle's there. And Ortiz is great here, taking control. He says MJF is growing on him like a fungus, but growing on him. He asks Sammy Guevara to shake MJF's hand. One condition from Sammy, if more shit pops off from MJF, Sammy's going to quit the Inner Circle. And then you have the Hager-Wardlow stuff. That was hilarious. Hager asks why Wardlow keeps staring at him. Jericho begs them, stop staring at each other. Hager says, I could stop staring right now if I wanted to. As Hager continues to stare at Wardlow. Anyways, they put their middle fingers in. The Inner Circle is alive and going. This was a great segment. Good mix of humor and seriousness. One of their better ones. Maybe the best. You know me. Inner Circle's hit and miss with these segments. This was a hit this week.
Yeah, the best part was the Hager and Wardlow. You actually get to hear Wardlow actually speak for like what? Really speak. So it was hilarious. Like, I mean, I didn't expect it because it was like so random. Like I thought they were just gonna leave it at that. And then once Jake started speaking, it just got it just got hilarious after that.
Yeah, this shit was hilarious. That part was funny, but something that Ortiz said, he goes, as professional wrestlers, I'll have you guys with me any day. He was like, as good human beings, that's debatable, or some shit like that, something along those lines. He called them a piece of shit, but low-ended. But the whole staring at each other, man. This guy's staring at me first. Good shit.
All heart, no soul. Johnny Gargano, Candice LeRae, Indy Hartwell, Austin Theory. They're out here. They're celebrating. Gargano is dancing. He's feeling himself. These guys are now called The Way. Johnny and Candice, I thought we're good here. They've come a long way from those stupid at-home segments that we used to suffer through on NXT. They unveil a trophy with what's supposed to be Shotzi's head on it. It's a very, very poor attempt at Shotzi. Damian Priest interrupts. and then asked Austin Theory if he has the pipe with him because he's going to shove it up his ass. Oh, Karrion Kross out of nowhere jumps Damian Priest on the ramp. Whoa, power bombs his ass onto a table near the stage. That escalated quickly. Karrion Kross then drives off with Scarlett's fine ass like a badass.
I thought it was okay for the beginning, and then it just got pretty weird when Damian Priest came out again. Because I just don't get it. You know the guy fucking sucks on the mic. So how the fuck do you have him come out twice for the same thing? Like I didn't fucking get it. And then like the way Karrion Kross came out, I thought it was a little underwhelming, to be honest with you, because like, I thought he was gonna show up in a bigger spot or at least attack Finn or something. But no, it was to cut Damian Priest's bad promo off. So
well, Priest talked shit earlier in the evening.
Yeah. I mean, he did talk shit, but it was just, I don't know, that threw me off. Like, why?
But I can understand what you're saying. Finn Balor was out there earlier. Why wouldn't Karrion come out then? I get that.
Like, you have like the worst guy who cuts a promo. You have him come out to do the same thing. What the fuck?
Making him come out for a promo twice is a bad idea. But I kind of understand because I guess they don't want to feed Finn to Karrion Kross right away. They want to ease Kross back in, so let him get this feud. Maybe it blows off at one of the fucking New Year's Eve or whatever.
See if that shoulder's good.
Yeah, let him get that out of the way, get the ring rust off, and then feed Finn to him and let him get his rightful spot back as the NXT champion.
Man, feed Finn to him. You're ready to just dump Finn Balor as NXT champion.
Now, I love Finn, but everybody knew he was gonna be a transitional champion, man.
What the fuck? He's not even supposed to be champion anyway.
I'll take it though. Nah, no squash. They could put on a banger, but
I'm all for it. Fuck it. Give him the guy's belt back. Fuck it.
Can I just say that I love that Austin Theory is gonna grow under the Johnny Gargano learning tree. That's good for him.
I mean, I hope so, because he looked kind of awkward. He fucked up twice, by the way, in that segment.
See, he needs some learning.
Well, I mean, I think he was supposed to be a little awkward out of place, but he looks awkward being awkward and out of place. You know what I mean? So
he did a good job in that. Like, don't get me wrong. He did good in that. He did a good job looking awkward.
Yeah. He'll grow. He'll grow.
Definitely. Was it the bouncing of his tits that was awkward for you, or what was it?
He didn't do a good job. I could bounce my tits better.
That drum roll, and he's bouncing his tits. I don't know. It was weird.
I got a big shirt on. You can't see it.
I've never seen that as a drum roll before.
Yeah.
Eddie Kingston and Butcher and the Blade versus Lance Archer and Phoenix and Penta. Before the match could even start, Butcher suplexes Penta through a table, taking him out, leaving this a 3-on-2 match. Apparently, Penta suffered a legit injury. Phoenix flies and crashes as usual. His back of his head hits the outside. Typical Phoenix match. They lose. Archer is a sore loser afterwards, causing chaos after the match.
The match itself was meh. And this is a way that they're gonna try to maybe give Archer a little push or more TV time. I mean, I'm all for it when it comes to that.
Yeah, typical car crash. It wasn't that crazy.
That's what it was.
It was a nice little car crash, Whatever. It was cool for what it was, but it made the point. Lance Archer is a beast, and I hope they keep presenting him as one. And Jake the Snake just like you see him in the background, and she's just like mad creepy and shit. I love it.
Pete Dunne versus Killian Dane. Earlier in the evening, Dane jumped Dunne backstage, and this match is basically payback for weeks before when the Kings of NXT jumped Dane in the parking lot, tried to end his career. Dane gets a ton of offense in this match, and looks pretty good. Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan, they try to interfere. Drake Maverick, out of nowhere, is already there, ready, prepared for them with a chair. And then Drake, such an idiot, thinks he runs them off, turns his back. Then they come back and hit him. Oney Lorcan on Twitter in all caps. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. Dane runs off Lorcan and Birch, but that's enough time for Pete Dunne to get his whereabouts and hit Dane with the bitter end, which looked awful, by the way. You could just see Dane just jumping into it. It almost looked like a move that he was doing on Dunn. Dirty finish, distraction. Dunn will take the W, though. He shrugs it off like, hey, I'll take it.
I actually enjoyed the match. I think it was the best Killian Dane looked in a while, like on a solo level. Because the tag shit with Drake Maverick hasn't been that bad, you know. It's been entertaining for what it is. But this was a good showing for him. I'm happy, man. He's a big dude. He can move. He's powerful. You know, it is what it is. Pete Dunne getting the W. Got to keep him looking strong.
Yes.
I thought the match was decent. It was fucking hilarious how Drake thought he ran these guys off, and then they came back. I never seen that. Yo, you run and they come back like, oh wait, it's fucking Drake Maverick. Fuck them.
The best part though is that they don't show Dane, and Dane's like, they're fucking like they're coming back, and he's just like, what? Okay.
What'd you say?
Oh shit. Yeah.
He looks stupid, but it was kind of funny. So Kenny Omega makes his entrance by helicopter with Don Callis. He cuts a promo in the ring. Good heel promo for me. But if you saw Impact the night before, nothing really newsworthy here. I thought the Impact promo was way better. You would have rather watched that. Kind of disappointing here. But it's good heel shit, don't get me wrong. But it's just, more of the same from one night before. Josh?
Yeah. No, it was pretty much a rehash of the night before. That's all it really was. But like you said, I thought it did its job because the crowd was hot. Like if you hear the crowd, they were fucking booing. They were booing both of them, and that's what you need. That's what you wanted. So maybe maybe them rehashing it. Maybe that was the point of it, just to piss people off because they're not really explaining anything. And then the way Don Callis cut off Kenny, they're not ready for that. They're not ready to hear that part.
Yeah, didn't on Impact, didn't they tease, we'll have a big announcement tomorrow?
Yeah, they did it twice already.
Can I say that?
That's what it's like. It's not piss people off. It's like, come on, guys. If I can do the same shit on Tuesday. So. I mean, I thought
yes, Omega will be on Impact again next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Can I say that I love Don Callis with Kenny Omega because, everyone loves Kenny Omega. Why would you want to boo Kenny Omega? Even as good as, he could be a heel on the mic. But Don Callis, nobody has that love relationship for Don Callis. So it's easy to hate on him and then by then get the heat transfer to Kenny. Chris, what'd you think?
They seen the impact of how, no pun intended, they seen the impact of what they did on Impact, and maybe they were like, fuck it, we could tease it another week and try to get even more numbers for the next week. That could be a reason. Or, they just wanted to rehash it just in case people didn't see Impact. So either way, I'm still invested. I'm pretty sure everybody in the wrestling world is invested. If you want to bitch, make sure you change your tampon afterwards.
Yeah, I think they're great together. Like Callis and Omega, they're great together. They're both good talkers, so that helps a lot. It's not so much Callis carrying Kenny.
No.
Usually when you have a manager because the manager is carrying that person promo wise. But both of them are very good on the mic, so it really makes it interesting for that.
Raquel versus Ember Moon. The story here: Dakota Kai's out of action for a bit from Ember's eclipse at War Games. Raquel main eventing by herself, huge spot for her. And this is the part I love about NXT. Evaluating young talent, seeing them rise to the top, especially female talent, so they can get to the main roster and be fed to Charlotte Flair and then start all the way from the bottom again. I love this shit. Raquel wins with the one-hand powerbomb. I thought a good match. Toni Storm comes out to taunt a fallen Ember, Rhea Ripley for the save. Rhea and Toni square off, if you know about their NXT UK history. Raquel pushes Toni to the side to stare down Rhea and end the show. I've seen what Rhea did with Raquel. Good match. Ember Moon, good match here with Raquel. So I am fascinated to see what Io Shirai can do with this mold of clay of Raquel. And I think whenever Raquel gets to the main roster, I think Vince is gonna love her. But I also want to say, I don't think this was a good way to end NXT. I think I would have rather ended with the Gargano segment and Cross driving off. Have that be the last image of the show.
And I mean, the match itself, I mean, I thought it was okay. I'm not too big on Raquel yet. I think there's just certain things that she does in the ring that kind of is like meh for me. Because you could tell, like when you watch her matches, you could tell like she kind of waits on her spots. And it's kind of, for me at least, the way that I view wrestling, that's kind of weird for me. Like when you literally just waiting for your spots, and she has a habit of doing that. Maybe over time she'll get better at it, but I mean overall, I mean the whole purpose is for she pretty much won the War Games match for her team. So you have to get her on this kind of role. So I mean, the match was okay, but it did its job. So
Josh, do you at least see the potential there with Raquel?
somewhat, yeah. Like I see the potential because she's pretty unique. Like she's a big, she's a big girl. They don't have many of that besides Nia, but she sucks. But I think she could be better than Nia. So even though actually no, I take that back. She already is better than
There you go.
Match itself, who is Raquel going up against? It was Ember?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a fucking jabroni because she just got beat up all fucking match. And then she decides to make the climb for absolutely no reason. Fuck her up.
Which, by the way, I've never even noticed those structures out there by the table.
They're never
fucking
fucking
new.
there. They were only there for that match. They literally put that shit in between matches. I've never seen that either. But I mean, just the whole thing, man. I thought with these two, you could have done a little better. But I get it too because you want to make Raquel look strong, which I like Raquel. So I thought they accomplished that, which is cool. I agree with you though. I would have switched the segments. I would have definitely not ended with this match. It didn't feel like a main event. Felt like a good match, but it didn't feel like a main event.
Orange Cassidy versus MJF for the Dynamite Diamond. MJF works Orange's hand most of this match. The best friends, they rally, the inner circles at ringside. The best friends, they rally some jabroni baby faces to come out and even the odds at ringside. The spot with OC outsmarting MJF with the baseball bat. MJF tries to do the Eddie Guerrero, doesn't work because OC doesn't catch the bat. He's got his hands in his fucking pockets. Oh man, beach break for a near fall, good near fall. Orange with an orange punch that sounded like a gunshot. Beautiful. MJF sold it lovely. Wardlow helps break up the pin though with a foot on the rope. And then out of nowhere, Miro in Versace swag attacks OC. MJF with the pin in the win. Dirty finish. Miro throws some production guy off the stage. I laughed my ass off. Good heel heat. But fuck that. You can't call what you don't see garbage that the announce team tried to throw. Never stopped a referee before from doing that. Never until now. I think OC should have went over. I think he should have got the ring. I would have had him get the ring, and then I would have had him like fucking lose it one day just because he puts his hand in his pocket so much. I would have done something like that, and they would have told him, Orange, where's your ring? And he would have been like, fuck it, whatever. Miro could have beat him after, whatever. What do you guys think, Josh?
I thought it was a better main event than the NXT main event, but I do agree that OC should have won, and Miro could have attacked him after. That's the only thing I would have probably changed about the match. I mean, overall, both guys worked well together. I think MJF is very underrated in the ring with his style. He has like same thing. He has that old school style that pretty much works with almost anybody. Yeah, but overall, it was a good main event.
Both guys played their role good. MJF being the shit heel and OC working from underneath. Just fucking can't get that hand to work and just missing his spots constantly until he finally gets that momentum and that comeback. And then all the distractions and shit. I felt like it was a little too much, but it's still it was different. Each distraction and each spot of interference was different. So either way, I don't think they could have messed up. OC winning would have been cool, but I don't think you could fuck up with MJF winning either. Just get more heat on him. He's a fucking heat, more heat. Put blankets on him. Just fucking melt that motherfucker. Just put the heat on him. You know what I mean? And Miro looked like a beast. So I think putting him with OC and having that combo, I think that's a good way for Miro to be kind of taken more seriously.
Best of the rest, I'll run down some shit. If you have anything to say about it, feel free to interrupt me. Team Taz was not impressed at all with all this Cody Sting, Darby Allin garbage. But Taz has his son, once again, in his camp. Well, shit, I'd hope so. It's about time. Jeez. We saw the price of War Games. A lot of people are hurting. Bobby Fish is out for a while with some triceps issues. And Candice, the broken arm. Life and limb for the wins. I did laugh for Reynolds and Silver popping for Hangman agreeing to let them tag with him next week. That was funny. Io punches Tony in the mouth. She has great English. Very well done. Tony tries to escape. Ember throws her back for a moonsault. Good babyface shit. Tony Storm's fine ass deserved all that. 10 versus Dustin. Dustin wins with a bulldog. And then the Dark Order, Evil Uno's like, hey, would you mind being number 7 in Dark Order? Bad memories for Dustin Rhodes.
Oh, that was great, yeah. When you said that, like I caught it instantly, and I was like, oh shit, this is hilarious.
Yo, Dark Order gets better every week, bro. Every week, Dark Order gets better. This shit was great. If you really know what 7 meant, this shit was great.
Evil Uno got bitch slapped.
Yeah.
Gargano and Fury made fun of Leon Ruff that Damian Priest will not be ready for their tag match next week. He said Priest is shooting imaginary arrows in a hospital bed. But Kushida steps up and he will tag with Ruff. If this is leading to Kushida Gargano, I can't wait. Abaddon beat Tisha Price, whatever you say. I didn't really pay much attention. Shida comes out afterward with a candlestick, scared as fuck. Nice candlestick shot. Very, very nice aim. Abaddon rises like The Undertaker. New Year's Evil. Already talked about that. But also AEW has the Holiday Bash coming up. That'll be after the NBA basketball game. Then they have New Year's Smash, 2-week event. 1 week has Jericho on commentary, and the other will have Snoop Dogg as a special guest.
I'm rolling a cannon for that one.
Match of the night. Let's do match of the night for both shows. Let's switch things up. Let's spread the love. Everyone gets something. And for me, match of the night on AEW, the tag team match. No, not the first one. FTR and Varsity Blondes. My match of the night.
They match FTR and this match and these guys. For me, it was more of a surprise.
Young Bucks and TH2 Car Crash Mania, baby.
I tweeted FTR. I don't know which one. I think it was Harwood. I basically said thank you for restoring honor to AEW Tag Team Division after watching that garbage with the Young Bucks. I didn't get a like back, but whatever. I can't expect them to see everything. My NXT match of the night was the Triple Threat Tag Team match. No thanks to Everrise, just thanks to the other 2 tag teams.
Yeah.
Chris? Josh, same? Chris?
Yeah. The match would have been without Everrise. Yeah. So
it's definitely match of the night because it was a triple threat tag team match with 2 really good tag teams.
MVP, mine for AEW was actually Ortiz. I thought he was awesome on the mic, unexpectedly. He took charge, took the lead for Inner Circle there. That's Chris Jericho's job, but he did it. And I thought that was great. He looked great.
He had the highest, segment of the night. So, fuck it. I'll give him the MVP for that.
I'm going with Kenny because he just comes out looking like $1 million fucking dollars. He came out in a helicopter. This ain't Grand Theft Auto, son. He came out in a helicopter. Real life. That's what I'm talking about. That's MVP shit.
My MVP for NXT was Karrion Kross.
He had a badass leather jacket. He drove off in a badass whip with a badass looking woman. Karrion Kross, my man, you are my MVP for the night.
I have two. I have Karrion Kross and Gargano.
You're a big believer in the way. This is the way.
No, but
Just Johnny Gargano.
I just thought he was really good at being a chicken shit heel.
Jabroni of the night for AEW. I have 3. First of all, the Young Bucks for that opening tag match. I'm gonna blame them. They are the seniors. They are the EVPs. This fucking terrible car crash.
Bullshit.
I'm blaming the Young Bucks. Do you know what they're doing? They're killing the business. That's what they're fucking doing. And then my other, you thought that sucked. Wait till you hear this. Kenny Omega.
Oh my god.
The same rehash promo that I heard on Impact. Come up with something different. Come on.
Not everybody has access, motherfucker. They gotta see it on TNT.
I gotta watch the clips. It's all over Twitter. Chris, who's your AEW jabroni?
Do you work for AEW? It's about to be. No, I'm gonna go with Evil Uno, man. He got smacked into last Wednesday.
That's a good choice too. Hey, we have a number available for you. It's number 7. You're gonna love it. Oh, Josh, who's your jabroni for AEW?
Evil Uno.
Evil Uno.
You can't get bitch slapped like that on live TV, man.
For NXT, I have multiple jabronis as well. I have Rise for hiding like pussies during their tag match and being the worst part of that tag match. And Drake Maverick. I mean, you think you ran him off, you turn your back, and then you get fucked up. What, Killian? What? What are you telling me? Oh, watch out. Oh, shit. Oh.
Rise, both members. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Don't ask me this. You know it's Jabroni Rise.
Show of the night.
I'll go with AEW. I thought NXT kind of felt flat at times, and some of their segments were a little weird. I felt like the way they used Priest tonight was kind of weird. At least for me, it was weird.
I'm surprised you didn't give him jabroni.
Oh no, I mean he was awful. Don't get me wrong. I mean, but at the same time, you expect him to cut a shitty promo.
That's what it is.
So crazy. You expect it. Like Jake Maverick. I didn't give him jabroni because is Jake Maverick. You already know he's gonna do something stupid. You expect it. So, but also with AEW, I felt like they did a better job expanding their storylines that make you want to watch more of it. So, yeah. NXT wasn't bad for me. It wasn't a bad show. So, but I think AEW was a little bit better.
Yeah, I agree with Josh. I thought NXT wasn't a bad show, but AEW, man, that shit, it made me laugh all night, and I just thought the action was good. The action on NXT was cool too. Just a couple returns was cool. Definitely Karrion Kross and Scarlett, but I know, man, AEW just putting together well-built shows lately.
I have some issues with AEW. Let me know if you guys can maybe defend them or whatever. I think there's just way too much crammed into 2 hours. Way too much going on. I think they could just cut out a little bit of stuff and just focus on the main points. And then if you want to, include more, save it for next week. I think it's just too much in 2 hours. All the angles.
No, I don't think it's too much, to be honest.
A lot of these matches, they have something going on afterwards, whether it's just another tag team, the Acclaimed, you have the Jurassic Express.
Well, that I could agree with. Like when it comes to that aspect, I agree with.
That's what I mean by too much.
But at the same time, I do like that is different from NXT because what I noticed with NXT was that their 2 segments that they did in the ring, talking, they were pretty long. They were long as shit, longer than they should have been. And I think that's what kind of hurts them sometimes. Like, AEW, they started off with a match. NXT, they start off with a segment. I mean, are you really going to sit there and watch a segment, them talking, or are you going to watch a match? And I think that's where they're hurting at right now.
I know I agree with you. Like on certain when they bring in random people just to like brawl or pull apart and shit. Like I get it. Sometimes it is a little too much. But in terms of keeping storylines going and trying to develop new storylines, or even if it's just a backstage segment for a new character or some shit, they do a really good job in just integrating a lot of people. Try to get people as much camera time as they could. So, I mean, you can't really be mad at that, man. We want to see as much talent as we could. So. But I do agree with you after the matches. They definitely have some collude. I don't know how to explain it. It's a fucking mess.
Yeah. Next week they got a 14-man tag team. Jesus Christ. Fuck.
That was a clusterfuck that they booked for next week.
No, that shit is not a car crash. That's an I-95 pileup. That shit is closing 3 lanes.
AEW did have some star power with Shaq, Sting. The Inner Circle segment was awesome. I didn't talk about the Darby Allin vignette with the pictures. He sees the Sting one. He's like, he just laughs. That was cool. And by the way, Darby produces that or helps out with that himself. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah. He produced it. I think so. I think this is something about I think he went to like film school or something.
Yeah.
Oh.
From what I understand, I did hear about that. I don't know if he graduated from it or not, but he does his videos really good. That fits his character. Really impressive.
I listened to him on a podcast. I think it was Jericho's podcast where he said he didn't graduate, but he learned what he needed to learn and kind of just applied everything to himself. And like, of course he probably has like a crew. TNT is helping him out, or Khan got like a little separate production crew. But most of that shit he probably does himself, which is dope. And he's creative as fuck, man. Darby's dope.
I don't have some of these complaints about NXT that you guys did. I thought it was a breath of fresh air to have Finn Balor and Karrion Kross back in the picture. And then I didn't like the finish of the AEW main event and that stupid opening tag. I thought maybe you guys could convince me that AEW was the better show. But no, I'm going to go with NXT.
Shocking. Are you shocked, Chris?
I'm absolutely not.
I'm totally shocked.
But the only way the scoreboard can be changed is if you, the viewer, agree with me on the Facebook group page, True Heels. Vote in the poll. Tie this baby up on the Wednesday Night Warriors scoreboard. AEW is up 20-6 with one tie, which means it's been tied before. It can be tied again. You're saying there's a chance. On the ratings are in. AEW almost hit 1 million. They got 995,000 viewers. They're up from 913. They had a 0.45 in the 18 to 49 demo. NXT, 659,000 viewers. That sounds awful, but it's actually up 1,000 viewers from last week. 658K. 0.17 measly demo. AEW's up in the ratings, 49 to 11 to 2. Next week, they could hit 50. Yikes. All right, we'll wrap things up here. Josh, tell our viewers where everyone can find you and what you got going on.
Oh, they can find me on Twitter and Instagram on jmpunk321. And also, I wanted to show Ness a real bell, just in case if he ever wants to use it.
Raise it higher.
Just in case he ever wants to use it for any of his shows, he could act very, very nicely, and I'll think about letting him using it.
Beautiful. Chris.
You can find me at True Heel Chris G. Right here at the Wednesday Night Warriors. You can catch me with my other tag team partner, the Pie Heels, my 3-time baby making championess. We are covering Blunt Impact and Joints and Jabronis, coming out soon. That's about it.
And you can find me, the Pride of NY, on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me right here on the True Heel Heat YouTube channel, True Rewind, where we go over the Monday Night War, Raw versus Nitro, This week, we will be going over Brian Pillman's craziness. Yes, we just saw his son on this show. Brian Pillman is off the rails, so tune in for that. So, for our special guest, thank you for joining us, Josh. You're invited back anytime. You can come back and pick AEW over and over again if you want. It's all right. We had fun. Thank you for joining us, Josh.
Well, yeah, definitely. Next time I'm back, I'm picking them again. I look forward to it.
For my Wednesday Night Warrior compadre Chris G and his long gone co-host Mary Jane, I am Romeo Anthony Colon. Thank you for watching the Wednesday Night Warriors. We'll be back next week, episode number 29. Thank you for watching.
Fuck off, Josh.